get vilified for that one.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna get stabbed in the chest with a fucking lance for that one. But it's like
that's opinion, man. It's okay.
Yeah. It's like they waited this whole amount of time just to make a longer song. That sounds the same, and that's what people love about Tool.
I'll tell
people
you,
love
I saw Tool live, and the drummer did like
a crazy
13-minute drum solo. It was just insane, dude, and it was awesome. They did a great live show. I also like a lot of his lyrics. You know, I think that they're a good band.
Yeah,
for sure.
Black Sabbath's vinyl collection, 1970 to 1978, is coming out, which would be a pretty cool deal. But it's another cash grab. They're not on tour anymore, so might as well re-release them.
Right?
Who's not going to buy them if you're a Sabbath fan?
Oh, not me, and I am a Sabbath fan.
I am a Sabbath fan, but I'm not going to spend that much.
You know, last time I bought a new Sabbath record
was it 1984?
It was probably new to me and probably 1990, and I probably bought everything they ever made and never bought any of the, like, I don't need a re-release of the album that I got the original of.
Yeah, right.
Fuck off.
Yeah, there's this is kind of chronicling the first records with Ozzy.
Gotcha.
Again,
that's the only Black Sabbath I would own.
One of the best, one of the best
stuff with Ozzy.
There's some cool stuff in Dehumanizer, weird stuff like that.
Was that the Dio days? Or?
I think it was after.
Oh, okay.
I may be wrong because I don't really know for sure.
I know that one Dio song.
Which one?
Rainbow in the Dark. That's the only one I know.
And then what is the their last one that they released before the end tour was 13. Actually,
Holy Diver.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Too long in the midnight sea.
I was like, that's the only two I know. Then. Yeah, you're right.
Sorry. Surprised you know
you knew a lot more lyrics of that than I thought you might.
That was awesome.
I know more, but let's continue.
It's the last record was kind of a return to the old stuff. So I listened to Sabbath again today just because I
like
been
their
doing
early
this
stuff.
research. Yeah,
same.
Yeah.
My Sabbath, my Stones. You know how we've talked about
Yes.
that. My favorite Stones is the early stuff. My favorite Sabbath is the early stuff. Sometimes there's some bands where they progress in a way that I latch onto, but a lot of them, it's like that's their power.
Well,
it's like them pushing themselves out into the universe,
Yeah.
and then after that, it's them evolving in different ways based on all their experiences they had during that time.
Yeah,
and your experience.
Exactly.
Too,
well, that's what I'm saying.
Goes on,
So for them, though, right?
Yeah.
And then either you catch on to that because it's something that speaks to you, or you don't.
Right.
You know.
Well,
that was deep.
Yeah, man, that was good though.
Well, you know, one thing that we didn't mention, Dan, is that we actually went and saw the Rolling Stones not too long ago.
We did.
Yeah.
Thank
we
you.
actually sat in the very top seat of Mile High Stadium.
We weren't in the very top.
We were 4 rows down from it.
We
Come
were
on.
4 rows down.
Yeah.
From the very top.
It was pretty
not
awesome.
the
very top.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
You said the sound wasn't very good though.
You couldn't really hear it. It was a lot
the
of
first
echoey
half
stuff.
specifically.
Yeah.
My
Sound
favorite
was
part
fucked
of
up.
that whole show was I decided I was going to go to the restroom, and I was like, I'm just
Take the
gonna
2-mile trek.
go down all the steps, and as I'm going into the tunnel, Painted Black came on, and I turned the fuck around, and I went up to like where that level is, and the sound was fucking amazing, and I was like, perfect song for it for
Exactly,
me.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, awesome.
They played a lot of good songs on
Brown
it.
Sugar, they did a
Yeah.
really great job on. I don't know who the singer was, the chick. I didn't catch.
You're
that.
talking about Give Me Shelter.
Oh, Give Me Shelter. Yeah, you are right. Absolutely.
Yeah, Give Me Shelter. Yeah, that.
I don't know who she was, but she did a great job.
They usually have a great singer for that song as for the backup, and whoever sings that song is usually got to be one of the best singers out there right now.
She did a spectacular job.
Yes, and she had the whole
and by that time the
stage.
sound was better somehow. I don't know. I don't really understand what was
The
going
drugs
on with
kicked in.
Yeah,
there were no drugs.
Oh.
It was a drug-free.
I'm just joking. I was just
they
joking.
were okay, but the sound man was probably like, I'm gonna watch the Rolling Stones. I'm gonna be fucking.
Yeah, I think that's
fucked
what
up.
happened right there.
And then
somebody
halfway through,
came
he's
in
like-
and was like, "Hey, dude, what are you doing? Let me flip this over where it's supposed to be."
Why are we in the red?
Because I would only assume that Rolling Stones would have a great sound system for their show. You know what I mean?
Come on, they're at Mile High Stadium for Christ's
Exactly.
sake. Yeah, it should have been
I just
awesome.
think of Jagger, like,
He didn't quite do all the 80s
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
he strutted around a bit, but not quite to, he wasn't throwing his finger up in the air and shaking it and things like that.
It was a good concert.
It was
though.
a little more, it was a little less Start Me Up.
Cool, okay.
In the dance moves, I would say.
That's still cool, though.
Yeah. He lost a step after the heart attack, but not as much as the other guys do.
Oh.
You know what's funny?
Pudding. If I keep drumming, they'll give me pudding.
Charlie Watts he's old as dirt.
I was promised tapioca.
But the thing that everybody says is Keith Richards is so old, and I'm like, they're all the same fucking age.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
he does look so much
But
like
he's Hoggle.
He does. He looks so much like Hoggle from the Labyrinth, dude.
No.
He does. It's like a
100%.
close-up.
Like even when they were showing him up on the big screen, I'm like, huh,
Yeah.
Hoggle.
He's all, I like jewels.
You little
Sarah
ramscallion, you.
Do not get the 4K Blu-ray of this concert.
Yes, yeah, because you'll see Hoggle in purple.
And then Netflix needs a piece of those Stones, you know. And it's
Well, I think they have like 3 or 4 releases of the Stones live concerts on Netflix right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What about the Scorsese one?
Shine a Little Light?
No, the one before that. Wasn't there an older one?
Maybe. Well, you're thinking about the last concert for the band or something like that. That
I'm
one's
thinking about
really
like one from the 70s, maybe Scorsese. Did.
Well, Gimme Shelter, he didn't do that one. Gimme Shelter is a really good one, though.
Yeah, Give Me Shelter.
Yeah, that's a badass concert documentary. It's a Criterion movie, again, right in the pantheon of badass movies.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, do we have any other things that we want to mention, guys, before we sign out?
Just think. Oh, you got something, Tyson?
Well, I mean, I guess we can wait for Doomsday Clocks. 11's going to be out.
Yeah, hopefully.
You guys should.
Still not going to read it till it comes all out.
Yep. Get the
I
graphic
tried,
novel.
man. Again, I tried. I bought the first few issues, and then I was like,
But it's been delayed so long, you could read all 11 and just have to wait for the last one.
no, no.
Wait,
Why would I do that?
the
'Cause
year
so they
for
could
it.
tell me, by the way,
I just think it would be cool.
you'll get to read that next April.
Damn.
I have all the variants and all the issues, and I'm excited to see where it goes in this next issue, considering what happened at the end of issue 10. But we could maybe even edit that out, because we could just talk about that next time if you wanted to make this shorter.
Maybe. If I remember to edit it.
Perhaps.
Brock, please remember to edit. Thanks. You're welcome. Okay, Tyson, you got a mixtape this week.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Hit it.
Drop that mixtape, son.
All right, so check this out. This is Things You Can Listen To is my theme on this one. So all the
Great
tracks,
title.
Good start.
all the tracks are things.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so track number 1 is Bullet by Misfits. Static
Nice.
Age. It's just a great song. The Static Age version I prefer. It's a little different.
Yeah.
And then the next one is Bacardi by Not a Surf.
Okay.
And if you guys ever heard of Not a Surf,
Yes.
it's pretty rad.
Yeah.
The next one, track 3, TNT by AC/DC.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit of TNT in there.
It's dynamite.
We've used the same bass line for 30 years.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Track 4, Lipstick by Imperial Teen.
Fucking A.
Rad song. Track 5, Maps by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
Oh,
right,
Or
yeah.
just Yeah Yeah Yeahs. It's a cool song. Track 6 here, we got Helicopter by Block Party. Now, I know not a lot everybody likes Block
I
Party.
like Block
I
Party.
don't know Block Party.
But
Weekend in the City is an awesome record.
Their first album, yes, that's their second album. Their first album, Silent Alarm, is really, really good. They went on tour like last year or something
For the
for
anniversary or
the
something?
anniversary.
Yeah.
I can't remember what year it was, but
I'll
they
have to
went
check
on
that
tour just to play that whole album again.
Block Party is great.
It's it does take a little getting used to, though. Like, it took me a minute at least for me.
Like, hold on. I'm going to stop you, and I know it's mid mixtape.
Mhm.
But does it take some getting used to, like Captain Beefheart getting
No,
used to?
no,
Okay, cool.
no.
I'll listen to it.
I just for
It's not experimental.
for the
Yeah,
record,
yeah.
when I first bought
Well, that's why I was
Silent-
asking.
When
Yeah,
I
yeah,
first bought Silent Alarm in 2005, like, I listened to it over and over again, and then I was like, I don't like this.
Okay.
And I put it away for like a year or something. And then when their second album came out, I bought it, and I went back and listened to both of them, and I was like, oh, okay, I do like this.
Yeah.
So
Cool,
I don't know
cool.
what it was, but it took me a minute to get into
First
it.
time
Anyway,
I saw him was on Austin City Limits. And
yeah,
that made me a
they're
fan.
really
Yeah.
good live
Yeah.
if you see them live.
Yeah.
I
Coheed
think
and Cambria was that way for me. Like
Absolutely.
the first
There you
time I
go.
heard him, I didn't really care for him, and after a little while, listening to it more and more, I was
then
like,
you're like,
I
oh,
really
wait a
like
minute.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all their shit's like concept albums, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a great example there. Okay, so that was track 6, Helicopter by Block Party. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. Track 7, Birds by Neil Young.
Okay.
It's just a beautiful song. Track 8, Trash by the New York Dolls.
Oh,
Okay.
I really like that one with Johnny Thunders. And then we got track 9, Milk by Kings of Leon. Track 10, Soup by Blind Melon. You ever heard that
Oh
song?
my God!
Of course.
Blind Melon was like my life for the longest time.
Yeah.
They're so great.
I will tell you a day that I showed up somewhere, and they said Eddie Vedder died, and I was like, again, huge Pearl Jam fan. And then it was Shannon Hoon. And I was sad in my heart because I was happy that it was Shannon Hoon and not Eddie Vedder.
Yeah, right.
But you know what I mean? Like, it was so conflicted.
That's weird.
Yeah,
That's
so,
No, we lived that
mix of
record for
emotions.
years back home. And one of my classmates is actually a lead singer now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
Blind Melon.
think you told me that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So Soup, Blind
But
Melon.
what was his name? Real
Yeah,
quick,
what's his
throw
name?
it out?
Travis Warren.
Cool.
Travis Warren.
Yeah.
Awesome. Shout out. Friend of the
Yeah.
show.
Friend of the show.
Just like all of Blind Melon, friend of the show.
And then to close it off, I don't know what album this is from because it's from the Reservoir Dogs soundtrack that I own.
Okay.
But it's Henry Nielsen, Coconut.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's a good one.
The lime and the coconut. So that's things you can listen to: Bullet, Bacardi, TNT, Lipstick, Maps, Helicopter, Birds, Trash, Milk, Soup, Coconut.
Love it.
It's almost better than a haiku.
Things.
You can listen. Things by Tyson.
Well, Mitch, it's good to have you back.
I appreciate it.
It has been too long since
It
you've been
has
in the
been.
Drop Culture Podcast Studios. Since we annexed it, I guess, as the Drop Culture Podcast Studios.
Right.
That's right.
Right?
Which the world is our studio.
Oh.
And this is our little private one.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys in 6 months.
Yes.
He just flew away. What the hell?
Shout out to the Killer Rabbit podcast over in England, and Not For Everyone podcast,
absolutely.
Get to Art podcast, and then the Fountains of Fear podcast here in Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
Everybody that listens to us, thank you so much for giving us these listens and all the feedback that we've gotten, which we get too much fan mail. Our inbox is just over capacity. I mean,
I will shout out though. I was really sad that we didn't get enough hate mail.
I know,
But you know,
well,
it's okay. We'll try harder.
Send more hate mail.
they have to add more server space for all the mail that we got now.
That's
we got to
probably
pay
true.
more. Yeah.
Can
so-
you guys stop using my personal address as the mailing address?
Oh,
Whoops.
I mean, like some weird people have been starting to show up.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, all those
Sorry about
videos
that.
that we were getting from like Russian brides and stuff is kind of unnerving, and we get at least 15 an hour. It's kind of crazy.
That's
So,
impressive.
Yeah, so I'll stop having them put the subject line, need a husband.
Yes, please. Thank you.
So to everybody out there, thanks for listening. I'm Brock.
I'm Dan.
I'm Mitchell.
And I'm Tyson.
See you guys later.
Holy diver.
Oh yeah,
We've
there you
gone too
go.
long in the midnight sea. I was like,